Dude, we are like a matter of seconds into this game, and it's already getting crazy. One and all, welcome back to the Age of Empires for action. It's time for more of the midweek muster. What is this spawn? Dude, these two cannot get a break. This is absolutely wild. We've got HRE versus Rus Dragovan pulling the prelate, which means he should be able to win the fight, but MSN immediately ruins him. The wooden fortress, the immediate grab, and the response outpost. God, these two are so entertaining. All right, can we agree, like the Zoomers? Yeah, give it to me. Because, like, here's the thing. When we watch the Boomers, you can tell that they are living in a retirement home. The APM's starting to get a bit rusty. They want to tune into Emmerdale, which is like an old people's TV show in the UK. They want to relax. Then you've got these two, which are just 14 energy drinks in, pumped up on a tiny island, Red Bull running at each other, right? Like, this is wild. Game 1 was crazy. Game 2 is no exception. We have 2 worker kills already. What? Wait, how is he winning this fight? He has healing. He should not be losing this fight. With healing, this should be a win for Dragovan. But MSN has min-maxed his health pools. So, Dragovan will get the boar in the end. But, oh my god, did it cost him dearly. That shouldn't be happening, folks. And it's worse than that still. If MSN now just comes back with his scout after dropping off sheep, he can block the boar. He should realize this as well. Like, it's kind of annoying now because MSN probably wants to gather more sheep because he's a little bit light when it comes to the count. But, no, he needs to be quick. He needs to be quick. Can he get in? Can he get in? Can he get in? Oh, no. What? MSN, he gets through. Wait, what? No, he was so close. He just griefed himself. That was a golden opportunity missed there. Villager's too late as well. So MSN just kind of wasting time. Wait. Where are we going? Oh, these two are pure entertainment to watch. The panic right now. So this is one of those classic games where it's great to talk about the goings on Navy 4, right? Like, watching this, we can be like, ha 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 ha, what a noob. That's not how you do things. But for them, the intensity of this moment in this game, knowing how much that matters, like how big of a difference this one small move makes. They're in a tournament format as well, right? The level of pressure is a lot higher. He would have given up sheep? No, because if they stayed in the wooden fortress, they would have been fine. He could have... Sure, Dragovan could have clubbed them, but then MSN could have walked out and gathered here, right? But yeah, this is pretty brutal right now for Dragovan. Fighting for his tournament life, because remember, here in KP's midweek muster, we have 30 weeks, 30 tournaments, but the thirsty boys are going to have to prove how thirsty they are, because they only get one opportunity. If they lose a series, they are out with this current format. You missed the time where we could chop through. Sometimes, but at the same time, it was kind of stupid, right? And MSN, what? Wait, what? I'm so confused right now. I think he is too. Is it because he's out of sheep? Yeah, I think it's because he ran out of sheep, and then they're looking for the next nearest by sheep, which is over here, because MSN hasn't dropped off this new batch of sheep. It's getting a bit weird, guys. He could have moved out here and started gathering these deer and these berries. By the way, Rus is kind of nerfed on this map. The Palisade walling, which used to make them really strong, is kind of weaker now. So they were one of the civs that relied on walling more, and they've been crippled a bit by the changes, now them taking 8 seconds instead of 4. But Dragovan's actually the one who's been leveraging walls pretty heavily in this game. The funny part is if MSN had just quickly rushed Feudal and then gathered one load of stone, he could just get arrow slits here and ruin this. Like, he just needs to go ASAP. Oh, yeah, I just saw Hostman said the same thing, yeah. Like, there's no reason to just hang around and try to play cheekily. You've got an edge. Leverage that edge. Or Kremlin? You could go Kremlin, or you could go for the Golden Gate. Either one works here. If you're going Kremlin, it's going to be kind of pseudo-aggressive. He's going way too aggressive. I don't like this. This is wasted effort. He's going to drop it all the way over here. He needs to be here, though, because this will protect the berries and the deer and get the boar. If you place it here, it only secures the boar. Wait, what? What is this game? MSN. Come on. Okay, so was the plan to bait someone to come and repair and build? I don't understand anymore. Was it because the scout maybe? So he was doing that to bait the scout in range? I mean, that's pretty gigabrain if so. Kremlin is now on the way with 12 villages. I can't help but feel this is a slight overcompensation by MSN. These guys are crazy. So can we agree that like smaller maps can be very fun? Right? Like I remember when Socotra came in, there was a little bit of resistance. It got tweaked by Bidolin. And then I was like, dude, I'm here for this map. This is like, this will be the best map of the tournament. And now we have a toll, which we've added in our own format, which has been incredible so far. And Socotra's still delivering. And wait, Dragovan, he needs an out. Wait, does he have an out? He doesn't yet. So he needs to be fast about this. Yeah, because exactly, they're going to torch through. So Dragovan will escape to the other side. He got 1,000 of what was on offer here. There's so much obsession over Boar. I don't know. I feel like we've gone past the point of it being worth it. Archery range now being dropped. MSN needs to be very efficient here. He doesn't have much food to work with. Actually, what MSN's kind of making a mistake with is he needs to be shoving with the scout. Get these deer in towards the Kremlin, and you're fine in this game. Oh, this is incredible. Why Dead Boar has ungarrison hotkey? Because it wants to eject from this. Wait. It wants to eject from this realm of existence. Look. Boar is very good. It's standing ground, even when off. I don't know what unknown activation does, but hear me out. This button gets pressed when a Muslim civ kills the boar, because it ejects it from the map. There we go. So, as messy of a start as this has been, it has been messy on both sides, and MSN is still in a really good position here. 3 villager lead, mass archers works quite well here. Also, by the way, can we... You know what? I know what the YouTube video is. Boar buff really did make a difference, guys. They were fighting over the extra 200 food. Remember, that was a change made in Season 9. Boar food went up from 2,000 to 2,200. He's actually going to try to gather it, which is wild, considering there's an outpost there. Dragovan, the smart play he can make right now is just a 1 drop off of stone to get an arrow slits here. Instead, though, he's in a little bit of a pickle. Archers are attacking. Love that, though. Using the prelate to heal. The problem is the target fire now comes in onto the healer boy, so he has to hide inside. That means idle time on the wood line. Stables is prepping horsemen behind this, but it's only a single stables right now. Yeah, so a lot of idle time being achieved. Archers are going to have to shuffle away from this. The horsemen should be able to scare them off, but with more reinforcing, this gets a little bit dubious. In fact, with the correct micro, MSN could easily just kill these horsemen. Needs to get more going, though. Instead, he's going to add in the racks. Makes sense. If Dragonman's getting idled on the wood, these extra transitions are very difficult. Archery range is coming in, though, so not skipping a beat here. Oy, oy, oy. Alright, 1's if you think Dragonman's going to win this game. 2's if you believe in MSN. I'm kind of curious where people's favorability lies now. And why is my... 1 second, guys. Sorry, game was lagging a bit there. I think we're good now. Has to be MSM, right? Archer Mass is building real fast here. I mean, in fairness, this is HRE with a 40% buffer on most of their economy, right? Like, we're talking about 25 villages, 40% buffed. Wait, no. Yeah, okay, thank God. Yeah, Dragovan made a critical blunder there. He was gathering sheep in the wrong location. So he wasn't actually buffed. So actually, it isn't 25. It's only 13 with a 40% buffer. That's not substantial. That's kind of just a little bit better than what you're missing out on here due to the lost villages. Then you have to remember that the Kremlin is giving 20% more wood to a guy pumping archers. MSN is in a really good position here. And no, MSN is not playing Abba. It got banned. Both players banned Abba. Because both of these guys are filthy Abbasid spammers. There will be no clown carring in my midweek tournaments. So farms this early, I mean, I get it. I think you just need to kind of thread the needle there, right? Use the remaining sheep before adding in farms. Make sure you bloat your count quick enough. Because these farms, they're great for more horsemen, but you need more archers right now. MSN is now safely and happily out on the deer. So extra gathering there. The boar is untouched, by the way. They just didn't bother in the end. All this effort for a completely unused boar. Oh, this is brilliant. I don't know. I think Dragonman's okay, guys. Now that he's moved his gathering over to be underneath the Archon, and that's going to lead to more into the farms eventually. The problem for MSN is he's being a little bit too slow here. I'd understand if he was at least waiting for blacksmith tech, but he's forgotten it. And Dragonman's getting it, which makes up for this difference, right? 17 versus 30 sounds scary until you realize the +1/+1. It's weird to me, like MSN kind of was in the driving seat. He had the affirmative, kind of just a clear win condition. But he's almost read too much into those 3 villager kills. If this was like another Civ, I could understand it, right? But it's HRE. And even with 3 eco less, the percentile increase on the full economy right now makes up for it. We're talking about 30 villages being 40% more efficient. Moment of truth, as MSN waited too long, we're going to find out. Horseman count about to be double digits. The other issue he has is everything he does is seen, right? He can't see because he's a little bit blind here due to the stealth forest, but this outpost gives full info. These archers are going to step up to try and snipe out those spears. Spear count already down to 4. This is not looking good right now for MSN. Remember, the horsemen barely feel whatever they get hit by. It's only going to be 2 damage going through on a unit that has 125 HP. Spearmen reveal themselves. Last of them to fall. Archers able to mop it up, and the horsemen able to follow through here. MSN has snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. This is about to snowball hard, guys. He doesn't have the blacksmith techs. He finally drops it, realizing, oh wait, yeah, techs are important, but too little too late here. Archers, horsemen now diving in. MSN throwing away an insanely dominant lead here in game number 2. Food sources are at least still working, so his game isn't GG'd out just yet. But keep in mind, behind this, additional farms are coming in. Dragoman could also shove these deer in. It would be a big brain play here just to secure the mid-game. MSN, I think he's just going to have to go castle, right? I mean, he's floating resources for it by the looks of it. Dangerous game he's playing, though. Because on such a small map, getting castle is very difficult, guys, because it's very difficult to hide that info. Even if your opponent's playing semi-defensive, they inadvertently see details that make it obvious that you're castling, because the map is just so small. Horseman wrapping around the back should tell the tale, right? When you see 8 villages here, when you see this much gold gathered, you know this is more than just getting techs. Dragoman is going to run in. Try to poke down a villager or 2 here. He could actually pinch too if he gets the timing right, but the A-click's not on point there. So somehow, Dragoman manages to almost kill 4 villagers, ends up with only 1. I can't believe that he's actually got the eco lead off this opening. That's a total of 4 worker kills now for Dragoman. So all of a sudden, firmly in the driving seat here, he's going to keep scaling army instead of looking for tech. MSN is going to have to pull the trigger soon. High Trade House is probably going to be his go-to. I think it's more for the food than the gold, really. You just need every little you can get here. Abbey of Trinity doesn't really give you much when your army's so small. Abbey of Trinity is going to be great for getting those relics, right? But it's a question of whether you'll have the map control for it. Dragoman now getting ready to dive in. Mass Horseman. We'll hear him riding here. Wooden Fortress is going to be targeted. Wait, did he stick villagers in here? He did. High Trade House being built, but these villagers might be sacrificed. It's no easy getting out. He tries to go for the ungarrison, but immediate snipage there. Dragoman does not skip a beat here. Marches forward, snipes out 5 of the 8 there, and builds an eco lead up to 6. High Trade House is coming in, but MSN also struggling to have the necessary gold to get immediate upgrades, let alone premium units like Knights, Men at Arms, which are going to burn a hole in your pocket when it comes to gold. Walls are up, so Dragoman, you know, if he sees the tech up, he has choices, right? He can either try to dive in for additional damage, or he can now just complete the walling on the west side, tech himself. Because the problem is MSN doesn't really have an army that immediately punishes you upon Castle Age arriving. He doesn't have the size for it, right? So instead, Dragovan should be the one looking to punish him. I mean, dude, you just went age 3 and you're building Undermesh level 1. It kind of says everything it needs to about the current state of things. Archers marching in. Remember, HRE just moves so damn fast here. Villagers also once again getting sniped. There's going to be a dive deeper. Looks like the villagers have already backed up from this area across to the berries, but that doesn't feel safe either. First men-at-arms coming out. A great unit to have, but not when you're in small numbers like this. First one is going to get sniped down. H3 was way too greedy. I mean, the problem is MSN's in such an awkward position. The H3 is greedy, but the H3 was kind of his only call from his bad position. What really went wrong in this game is he had a dominant lead and he threw it away. He waited way too long and he forgot blacksmiths. You know, you can't play slow the way that MSN did unless you're waiting for tech. And he wasn't waiting for tech. He completely forgot it in this game. This Castle Age feels like almost an overcompensation for forgetting about blacksmiths, but at this stage, you kind of feel like the writing's on the wall. Dragovan is about to go H3. From there, mass archers can kind of just plow through and win this for him. High trade house is so forward because he needed to build it where he wasn't being spotted, right? That's why he built it here. So much for that 127 gold. I don't think the age up gave him anything new. I think his plan was to try and blow archers and veterancy, because the whole point of he could have built knights that Naniori's bringing up doesn't really fit on a map like this where you have limited food access. Knights bloats you up in a nice way when you can afford it, but it doesn't feel capable or efficient here. And yeah, like men-at-arms is the only thing I can think of, but like you need the archers as well. Regnit's now on the way. High trade house is already down, so that's less gold to work with for MSN. Veterancy is now coming in. But this should be kind of obvious what's happening to MSN. The only reason your opponent would back up like this is because he's teching. So MSN needs to get those men-at-arms numbers up ASAP and find a way in. Difficult to do against Dragovan though, right? Like when you're playing HRE, these archers move so quick, the men-at-arms typically get kited. That's why MAA can be a very difficult angle to try and take against Holy Roman Empires. Is Clown carrying a finger still nerfed? I think it might have been nerfed. I can't remember though. I mean, it just wasn't going to happen in this game because they both banned Abbasids. There is still an Ayyubid pick though for MSN if I remember correctly, so that could come out. Thank you, Zeus. Yeah, I think, okay, so they did implement that. Yeah, there's a slight delay now. So the whole idea of the delay is that units can get hit instead of just dodging arrow fire. So it was an appropriate nerf. Dragovan and MSN immediately down to plat level players. Horseman on the back though, and that is going to be a sweep, a wipe, and a sweet, sweet game 3, I think. There's no coming back from this stage. Your one hope was aging up, and that's already gone. GG gets scored. That means we get treated to an absolute delight of 3 games between these two, because one of them is about to fall. No forgiving when it comes to the midweek muster. I'll see you all in the next video.